This video will talk about how I make college algebra unit exams, some test-taking strategies you may want to use, as well as how you can make your own review for the test. Your test will be worth 100 points and will cover all the topics taught in the unit. Looking at the calendar, we see that we had 6 days of learning. Therefore, I will divide 100 points amongst the 6 different topics we covered. This means that about 16 or 17 points on the test will be about order of operations. Another 16 or 17 points on the test will be about factoring, and so on. What this means to you is that 90 points of the test will not be about factoring. Each day or topic is weighted equally. However, in homework number 4, we used factoring in order to simplify rational expressions, so you will see more factoring in this section of the test as well. So factoring is important for this test because there are about 25 to 30 points on the test that relies on you knowing how to factor. One other thing you need to know about the test. The questions on the test will be in the order in which they were taught. In other words, question number 1 will be about order of operations, and towards the end of the test, the questions will be about radicals. For the test, you will need a pencil, a 4-function calculator, and a Lone Star College student ID. Be sure to read the course syllabus with regards to testing procedures. I will provide scratch paper and the test. You will be able to write on the test. Be sure to show your work on the test to receive partial credit. You can borrow a calculator from Library Services, which is where you also get your student ID. Moving on to test-taking strategies. First, there are some pre-test preparations you can do. Number 1. Get a good night's sleep before taking the test. Try to get 7 or 8 hours of sleep to be fresh enough to use your memory and brain to recall information needed to answer the questions. Number 2, start studying for the test at least 3 days ahead of time. That means you need to start preparing for Monday's test today. You can take a practice test to see what you do not know. I'll talk about how to make your own practice test later in this video. You can also get together with classmates or math buddies to make up practice test questions to make sure you know what material you should expect to see on the test. Ask for help on the concepts that you need help with by attending tutoring sessions or group study sessions. Number 3, make sure you know all the information on your mental cheat sheet. To create a mental cheat sheet, go through your homework or homework log. On a separate sheet of paper, write down any information you needed to complete the homework problems, such as formulas or exponential rules. Imagine if you could have a cheat sheet for the test, what would you put on it? No, you cannot have this cheat sheet for the test, so memorize it. This will give you a mental cheat sheet for the test. Number 4, get up in the morning of the test at your usual time and review your notes and homework log. Don't do any new problems and make sure you have a working 4-function calculator, a pencil, and your student ID. Some good math test-taking strategies include a memory data dump, preview the test and points, doing easy problems first, and show your work where possible. For the memory data dump, start writing down your mental cheat sheet on a scratch paper. This way you can refer to it throughout the test. Once you get the test, and after the memory dump, put your name on the test and look through the entire test to find questions you can do. Mark the easy questions so you can work on them first. Continue looking through the test for point values of the questions to plan your strategy of attacking all the problems. Do the easy questions first, then try some of the other questions. You'll be surprised what you can do after warming up on the easy questions. Please note there is no prize for handing your test in first, so take advantage of the time given for the test and show work where possible. You may not get the correct answer, but showing me that you can do math will earn you points. If you finish the test early, make sure you look over your work. You can check to make sure that you wrote problems correctly. You can also check that you did not lose any negative signs. You should have plenty of room on the test to show your work, but if you use the scratch paper to show work, turn the scratch paper in with your test. Want a practice test to see what you know or don't know? Want a review sheet for the test? Remember, you want to know what you don't know before the test, not during the test. Just so you know, I do not provide a practice test or a review sheet for the test, but you can make one for yourself. You can create a practice test by redoing homework problems from each homework assignment. You should have them written in your homework log, or you can print them from MyMathLab. If you do not have time to do all the homework problems, do every other problem in the homework assignments. You have the answers to these problems in your homework log or from MyMathLab, so you can check yourself. You can also rework example problems from your notes, as you not only have the answers to these, but the problem is already worked out for you. Another place to find sample questions is from the quizzes. After you take your quizzes, you should be able to review the quiz as well as print them out. So literally, write these homework or quiz problems or example problems on a separate paper. This will give you a sneak peek at what the test will look like. I hope you have the time and energy this weekend to prepare for the test. This concludes this video.